Today I wanted to share with you one of the dragons that we got in recently. Somebody brought this one to us actually at Repticon. He is a 10-year-old bearded dragon, and he's had some pretty interesting issues, I guess, through his life, interesting husbandry, and some interesting problems still currently happening. But first, I just want to tell you a bit about him. So, like I said, he is 10 years old, which the average lifespan, according to the first thing on Google, is about 10 to 12 years for bearded dragons. And his age definitely shows. There are things that I've never seen on dragons before that you can see on him. Firstly is that just the amount of loose skin he has. Like, he's really not underweight, but he's just so flabby in certain places. You can see, especially under his throat there, and a little bit on his sides or on his spikes, but it's mostly that throat area. Something at a certain point in his life caused metabolic bone disease, or MBD, because his front legs are actually locked in place. His joints are essentially solidified. He can't pull his arms open. Like, you can see I'm adding a little bit of force, and I can't move it without literally breaking his arm. So because of that, he tends to kind of just lay flat on the ground. Usually when bearded dragons are like active and alert, they will be kind of pushed up. They'll keep their bellies off the ground. Like, it's fine if they're just like relaxing on a nice warm rock and they're down, but he physically can't keep himself up. He's just in this current state, and his poor mangled arm is just lying there. And we believe that that's one of the reasons that he had an issue I've never seen before in a dragon, and that is impacted femoral pores. So those are the pores like right under their legs. Only males have these because they secrete these oils. They mark different areas with them, and these oils are just the same as like a mammal peeing on something. But we think it's either because he maybe was never bathed, or because he couldn't get his body off the ground, that these pores ended up becoming impacted with his oils. Basically, the oil solidified inside the pore and just got completely clogged there, aka impacted. Another possibility is because he was being kept on calci sand, our substrate that we've talked about a bit here on the channel. And calci sand, just a quick rundown if you don't know, is not something you want to use. I won't go into detail in this video. The mixture of him being straight down on the calci sand with his femoral pores that could never get off the ground in this like loose substrate that probably filled his pores along with the actual oils, it created these hard little rocks. We recorded different parts of removing them, and you could literally hear them hit the table when you drop the rocks. They were so solid. Like, this used to be a liquid some years ago. We don't know if these pore clogs were a couple months old or 10 years old, but it looks like they were never removed. Things like using a toothbrush to just simply scrub them out over time, that works if it's like kind of loose, like a little goopy maybe, but if it's like a solid rock, it was just not budging. It was the same as just like scrubbing a rock. Nothing's gonna happen when you do that. So we just had to essentially start pulling them and squeezing them out without hurting them. He got bothered at certain points, so we had to go slow and take time. Did it over like 3 or 4 sessions, but eventually we removed all 12 of them, and we have some video of that. It is gross and kind of satisfying. So right here is a brand new beardie we got yesterday. He is about 10 years old at least, and he's got some pretty weird stuff going on. We're going to be focusing on some issues with his femoral pores down at the bottom. Unfortunately, he has MBD. So his front legs are like locked in place. So that's pretty disappointing. Luckily he can still move around because he can go like that, like whoop, 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 but not like a normal beardie where there's 2 joints and he just goes like that. And apparently that is one of the frequent causes of completely clogged up pores. And if the pores stay clogged, it can cause an infection, which could, depending on how bad it get, I assume it could eventually kill them, just like any infection. So we need to clean these babies out. It might take a few attempts. We might need to pick up some medication or ointments or something. Right now we're just gonna try a bath, a nice warm bath, and see what happens.
Look at, you can see them under the skin.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So anyway, along with those issues, the final most noticeable issue we've had is he hasn't eaten anything. We've had him for 2 weeks. We've tried every food in the room, every fruit, every vegetable, every insect. We got so desperate that we tried turtle pellets. So he was eating bearded dragon pellets. I had never even heard of these. They look very gross. For context, the ingredients on them are soybean meal, rice bran, almond hulls, and whole wheat. Those are all essentially fillers, I guess. I don't know. Some of them don't even seem necessary to be a filler, but nothing that your beardy surely be eating. So I'm very sad to say I spent $8 on these because I threw their old box away because I did not plan on feeding it to him. But we got some now. I mushed it up. It's in a bowl now. We're gonna see if he wants it. And as you can see, he can still move his front legs luckily. It's a little awkward, a little mangled looking. And he can move around, but he doesn't move around much. And now he's just like trying to get away from this poor food. Yum. Oh god. Is that good? Don't walk through it. Here, do you want this? Mix it in. While we just wait here to see if he wants this really disgusting looking mix. A little more about him. This is an animal, if you don't know about Emerald Scales, it's the company where he ate the beauty. Wow. I mean, he ate the beauty. But gonna gross out all the viewers. Well, this didn't go as planned, which is a great thing. He's actually eating insects, something we couldn't get him to do multiple times a week for the past 2 weeks. So he can just keep chowing down on them. We need him to eat something. Hopefully that means I don't have to use these pellets, and just go with insects until he starts eating veggies. Anyway, stuff about him, we got him. And usually animals like this, where they're clearly not the best quality, you could say, or the top most health, would just rehome them, marked as a rescue, and then they can find a new home so the owner knows that there might be special needs, or there might be other problems, or they're not what you would get from an actual breeder. So we're gonna do that with him, but we don't know how long his lifespan's gonna be. It could be 5 days or 5 years. I don't think it'll be either of those figures. Hopefully more than 5 days, but 5 years is really pushing it. So basically we have no way to estimate just how long he has with his new owner. So I wouldn't want to get an animal and then a month later he's just gone, because that would be sad. Also, things like shipping, he's an old man. We don't know if he can take being in a box for 24 hours or 12 hours or whatever. Every animal we've had, it's been perfectly fine. We ship them all the time, but an animal in this condition would be a little concerning. And it's not a condition he can heal from, since he's just old. Well, as you can see, he gave up. Kinda. We'll see if he keeps eating. So change of plans. I'll hold on to these just in case, but gonna try and never feed those again. I'll just look at it. Well, thankfully that's one of the issues fixed. The femoral pores. Oh, is he gonna keep going? Nope, he's just awkwardly waddling around. I would show you other breedies for comparison, but they will literally try to kill each other to the death if I take them out. Two of the breedies here were able to see each other before, and they were just having a bobbing competition, so gonna avoid that now. Overall, he's still just a beautiful beardie. He has tons of yellow colors on him. His eyes are amazing. I don't know the exact morph, I should, but... So now we're just gonna see if he'll take any plant matter, because we're on a roll. Well, as you can see, this will be something we'll need to work on because we don't know what's up with his diet. So I basically wanted to give you a nice rundown to show you some issues we've never had. Still, the impacted femoral pores are the weirdest issue not the weirdest. We've had some weird issues, but one of the odd issues that I didn't even know could really happen. I'll try and show you some healthy pores as a comparison, but basically they should be a neutral color compared to the rest of their body, maybe a little darker, with just a ring around it, and a pore. Just imagine a pore on an animal. That's what it should look like, not black craters that are just oozing dark matter. So we'll keep watching that, make sure it's good. He's been enjoying some nice warm baths to hopefully keep those continually moving, because I'm sure it's not comfortable with those backed up, and who knows just how far the oils go up there. So we want to make sure he can passed out like a normal beardy. It's impressive when he sees another beardy, he'll immediately begin to show domination with his head bobbing and everything. He does not back down, and his energy just like explodes right there. So we want to keep him like chill at that point, but like don't want to rile him up too much. Who knows if he's even seen another beardy in person before. That's him. Hopefully you enjoyed just a quick little rundown of our dude here.